Welcome back, rum friends. Today I have yet another brand new rum cocktail that I've created. This one's for all of you that like, so this is dark rum cocktail, but we've got notes of raspberry, we've got notes of chocolate in there. It's not your typical sort of tiki or tropical rum cocktail, but it's absolutely delicious. So let's dive in to recipe number 18 on my quest to create 100 brand new rum cocktails. Right, so for cocktail number 18, I've called this the Forbidden Isle. I just like the name. There's no rhyme or reason to this. All my names. The base of this is going to be Gosling's Dark Rum. Now, don't forget, all the recipes will be in the description below, along with a link to download my free ebook, PDF ebook. So get your hands on that and loads of discount codes. And then after I've made the cocktail, I'll talk you through the ingredients to kind of give you some ideas or some alternatives if you haven't got what I use. So first off, Gosling's Dark Rum, 45ml, 1.5 ounces. Then I'm just going to do what I typically always do, and that's build the sour element of our cocktail first. So the rum, the citrus, the sugar. That's how I'm going to build out from there. So lime juice, 30ml, 1 ounce. Whether you got bottled lime juice like me or fresh lime juice, it's up to you. Then my sweetness is going to come in two forms. Actually, I'm going to get both of these out of the right. One of them is going to be a flavour. First up is agave. I just love using agave in a cocktail. So just 10ml of agave nectar or syrup. And then we're going to follow that up with some of your favourite raspberry syrup or puree. Remember, this Real, what I use is kind of like a sweetened puree. Again, just 10ml of your favourite raspberry. And then I'm just going to build that out with just two liqueurs. First off, I haven't used this for a few cocktails. Not quite sure if I've used it in this series at all yet. The San Malaco from Luxardo, the cherry, the gorgeous cherry liqueur. This stuff is proper tasty. 15ml, half an ounce. Look, smells so good as well. And then raspberry, cherry, what goes with that? In my head, crazy for a rum cocktail, but I'm going for a whole sort of chocolate, raspberry, cherry kind of vibe. So I've got Tempest Fugits, a cacao with a hint of vanilla, and I just want 10ml of that. So your favourite cacao, essentially. What I need to do is whack some ice in there and give it a damn good shake. Then serve it up. I'm going to rock out this gorgeous glass again from Urban Bar, the Julie, I think. Don't forget the discount code, which will also be in the description below. Then we're just going to strain our cocktail. I really love that. It's deep, it's rich. The cherry note is the big, bold sort of flavour that complements that sort of rum note from there. You've got that little touch of raspberry and chocolate through there. I love chocolate and cherry. I love chocolate and raspberry. That's where the inspiration for this came from. It's just absolutely delicious. I'm not going to lie to you. It's a heavier cocktail. I'm not saying sweeter. I just mean heavier, more robust, more unctuous. It's not one of those light tropical, sort of easygoing drinks. You're certainly going to know you've had that. But let's say, if you haven't got any of those ingredients, let's run through them just to give you a rough sort of idea of how you could recreate that using ingredients that you've got. So first off is the rum. I think the rum is going to be pretty obvious. I've opted for a dark rum for this. In the grand scheme of things, when it comes to dark rums, this is relatively unsweetened. So your OVDs and your skippers, UK sort of dark rums, are going to be slightly sweeter than this. Good alternatives, Worthy 109, Plantaray OD to a certain extent. This is probably a bit more darker, richer than a Plantaray OD. But those sort of styles of rum, I like the fact it's dark rum with raspberry and chocolate and raspberry and cherry. I think that works. Let's just talk about the sweeteners quickly. Agave, I love agave. I prefer agave, probably because I've always got it for margaritas, for cocktail masterclasses. I prefer agave to demerara. Yes, they are slightly different tastes. Of course they are. But they sort of do this similar sort of thing. So bearing in mind I've always got agave, that would be my natural kind of option for those kind of things. Will normal sugar syrup work? Yes, but don't forget you've got the darker notes, you've got the richer notes from the cherry and the raspberry and the chocolate. I just think agave or a demerara kind of suits it better. And then the raspberry syrup, a lot of you that watch these videos regularly will know that I love Real. Or I'm not going to say like I am going to say it, buy Real. Real is just the best. But the whole point of these are 40% proper fruit purees with 60% sugar. So that's the kind of ratios that we're going for. If you're going to use Funkin or Boiron or something like that, they're 100%, 90% or 100% fruit. So you're still going to need to blend sugar with them to kind of balance these out. All right. So, but when I say this is the best of the best fruit that's gone in here, but it is blended with sugar. So they're kind of ready to go, if you like. I think the point I'm getting at is like the Reals is definitely going to be more fruit forward than your typical syrups, like your Monin syrups, as much as I love, and I've got a few down there, like your Bristol syrups. There's a lot more fruit content in them than a typical syrup. That's what I'm driving at, basically. The San Malaco cherry. Look, I'll be honest, I opted for this because it wasn't so long ago, actually, probably about 3 or 4 months ago. I did a blind tasting for a different video. I've forgotten what that was now, with Hearing cherry. And this, and I was going to do a few others. What was I doing? Singapore Sling, maybe, for my membership community. And I just fell in love with that. That's absolutely gorgeous. The rich notes. It's not quite got like Hearing's got a slight bitter twang to it, where it's just this rich, juicy, plump strawberries. But that's the vibe. Cherry, I wouldn't necessarily, I have got Giffard's, is it cherry brandy or whatever it's called, cherry liqueur up there. They are different. Hearing and Luxardo, and to a certain extent, the brown one. Cherry brandy at Aberforth's in the UK as well, the brown sort of paper bag one. They are different cherry liqueurs to your bowls, to your Giffard. So they're much more, if that translates. And lastly, the cacao and vanilla. I think this speaks for itself. Yes, you could do a cacao and a vanilla liqueur in there. This obviously combines it. Also, will say about the Tempus Fugit cacao there and all of their liqueurs, they are lovely neat. I prefer like some of the Giffard's neat, but these come to life in cocktails. And it's just that rich chocolate note that sort of comes through there, much like the banana. I've said the same about the banana. I love the banana in cocktails, but I much prefer the Giffard Banana do Brazil neat. But that Tempus Fugit smashes it in cocktails, and it's the same sort of thing here. But see, this is a typical sort of cacao with hints of vanilla coming through it. Right, as always, I'm looking for your feedback. A few of you are starting to get involved in these now. Right, chocolate, cherry, raspberry, how would you turn those into a rum cocktail? If you're going to use what I've done, how would you tweak it? Would you add bitters to that? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you want to see more rum cocktails. And talking of more rum cocktails, I'm going to put another one up on screen there for you to dive in and enjoy. Cheers. Oh.